Hi, sixth graders.
Hi, sixth grade.
All right, today we are going over our distance learning science expectations for week 1. So the first thing we want to talk about is where you should be working for distance learning. So when we think about this, we really want to make sure we're being meaningful about where you are working. So do your best to work in the same space every day. Make sure you find a quiet place with no distractions so that way you can focus on your work and get it done right away. To make sure you have everything that you need to be successful, please make sure you have your Chromebook, a charger, you should have something to write with, and then please either have scratch paper or notebook paper. Again, we want to emphasize that if you find a quiet space and you work in the same space every day, you will be much more successful. Okay, now getting to our science work, we want to talk about where you can find all your information for science. So every day you need to make sure you are going to the hub, and this is just a quick overview of how to get there. So you'll go to Valley View Middle School's website, you'll click on the BPS login, you will then log in, which you should be the same username as password as your Chromebook. And then once you log in, you are going to log into the hub. And when you get to the hub, you are looking for your Google Calendar. Now, when you see the Google Calendar, every day it's going to give you the same link, and that link is going to bring you to our digital calendar. Now, this is going to tell you exactly what you need to get done for the day and the link to get to the assignment. So, for example, on Monday, it says Honors Google Classroom Energy Review Presentation. So that means those honors students are going to go to our science Google Classroom. They're going to find the presentation that's called Energy Review Presentation and work on that. Now, if you are in regular science, again, it says regular Google Classroom Energy Review Presentation. So again, you will go on Google Classroom, you will find the assignment that says Energy Review Presentation. Now, if you notice, we also put up Tuesdays. So on Sunday night, we are going to put up Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays assignment. So that way, if you want to work ahead, you can. And then on Wednesday, we are going to post Thursdays and Fridays assignment. So again, you are welcome to work ahead, but please make sure you are staying caught up on all of your assignments.
Now, students, hi, this is Ms. Betty. We want to talk about next what happens if you get stuck. Okay, so first, asking for help. When we are doing this distance learning, you may not be able to ask a teacher right away if you have a question. So when you do have a question, it is important to be very specific so that one of us can get back to you in a very timely manner and answer whatever specific question that you have. So in the box where it says how to ask for help, you can either send an email or Google Chat or other methods we'll talk about, but you need to make sure you're practicing your letter writing skills and your email skills that we have been teaching you all year in Falcon Focus and other classes. So for example, one says, I know that we have been doing kinetic energy in class, for example, but I am confused when we are talking about kinetic energy and potential energy together. That is an example. Can you help me understand it? That is a very specific, very professional way to ask your question, whether it's on email or Google Chat or any other ways that we'll talk about. Okay, other examples. I was wondering if you would be willing to explain blank to me. It is difficult for me to understand. Or I worked on the homework last night, Ms. Griffin Boyle, Ms. Sackett, Ms. Batty, but I was confused about this specific concept. Can you please check to see if it's correct? These questions are going to help us answer them in a very timely and specific way.
And speaking of that, sorry, Ms. Betty, I want to jump in quick. If you are in a co-taught class, you should email both your teachers. So if you are in my period 3 and you have a question about science, you should be emailing me and Ms. Betty on the same email, because then you have a greater chance of one of us getting back to you quicker. If you're in Cobalt period 4 or 5, same thing. You should be putting Ms. Sackett and Ms. Betty on the same email.
Good point. So when to ask a teacher for help. Now, knowing this information is really going to get you an answer much quicker. So all teachers are having specific digital office hours. Monday through Friday, All teachers, including me, Ms. Second, Ms. Griffin Boyle, will be available immediately from 9 to 11 in the morning and then from 1 to 3 in the afternoon. We will be on our email. We will be available on Google Chat if you want to do that, if that's easier for you, with your specific questions that we just practiced on the slide before. So you can, anytime during those times, you can get an immediate answer. However, if you have a question and it's not from 9 to 11 or from 1 to 3, please still ask our question. However, we may not be able to respond right away if it's outside of those times. Okay, another great option, if on Fridays are going to set up a Google Meet, which is a video or audio hangout online where we will be available kind of in person, just like we are right now on a video, to be able to answer any questions you have. So every single Friday from 9 to 11, we are going to be posting a Google Hangout link on the hub. So it's just like when you're logging into for your attendance for the day. On the hub under Science, there will be a link that you can click on and it'll come up with a video hangout or a video meet that you can ask questions and get a real-time answer in the moment. Okay, so if that is you and you need help immediately, you can see us on Fridays, online, in person, digitally. Okay, now if there's no school on a Friday, if it's a holiday and we don't have school on Fridays, we'll do the hangout, the Google Meet on Thursdays from 1 to 3. Okay. Science resources. Again, we are still using our science notebook. So you have your energy notebook in your binder. We are still using that because we are still in our energy unit. All of those resources can still help you. Okay, we are trying to keep science as similar as possible to where it was before the whole online learning started with COVID-19. So that is your work that you can check. Also, all new digital assignments that we give you Monday through Friday are things that are going to help you for your graded assignments, for your daily participation, and for your tests. Google Classroom is still where we're going to post all of your work. So continue to use that and we will direct you to Google Classroom pretty much every day. Ask a friend digitally, connect with each other, ask each other for help. You are definitely able to do that. And most important, stay connected with us. Email us, Google Chat with us on Fridays, join the meet and ask us questions. We are here to help you be successful.
Hi scientists, Miss Griffin Boyle here, coming to you from my house down in the Apple Valleyville. I hope you guys are doing well. All three of us miss you, we miss having you in class, and we're going to do the best that we can. So my portion of this video is about how we're going to grade you during distance learning because it's different and it's new for all of us. So how we're going to do this is every day you are going to get 2 points. These are like your formative kind of participation points. You're going to get 1 point for attempting the daily task, whether that's an Edpuzzle, whether that's a Google form, whether that's an assignment on Google Classroom. You're going to also get 1 point for completing the task with effort. So if we ask you for 2 things, do you actually give us both things? Are they complete sentences? That kind of stuff, not just half of it or something like that. As a side note, if it is in Google Classroom, you need to make sure you click Turn In. Edpuzzles, you don't. Google Assignments, you do. In addition to these 2 points per day that are going to be participation points of a sort, we are still going to have graded assignments, just like we did in science. So in science class, when we were at Valley View, we would teach you, you do an activity, we teach you, you do an activity, and then we would have our graded assignment day. It's just like that. These points are about practice. These points are about accuracy. So you're going to get 2 points per day for practicing, attempting, and completing our tasks, and our graded assignments will be for accuracy. Their due date is going to be the last day of the week at 3 p.m. So if we have 5 days, all 5 daily tasks are going to be due Friday by 3 p.m. If we have 4 days, they'll be due Thursday at 3 p.m. All work is due by this time. So you're clicking Turn In, you're completing the Edpuzzles, completing the Google Forms. We ask that you do not wait until the last day to do the entire week's work. Ms. Sackett went over that we are giving you the week's work in 2 chunks. So if you want to work ahead, you can, but please do not get behind. Do at least the daily task every single day. Waiting to do all 5 tasks on Friday, you're not going to have enough time. It's going to get confusing. You're going to get distracted. Too much science may seem like a good thing, but it's really not, because you're going to start to daydream. Your weekly grade is going to be entered at that 3 p.m. after that 3 p.m. deadline. Some Fridays we'll get it in right away. Some it might not come in till Saturday or Sunday. You got to give us a little bit of grace period on this grading as well. So if there are 5 days, it'll be entered out of 10 points, 2 points per day. And no late work will be accepted after this 3 p.m. deadline. So Fridays, more than likely, because we have a lot of 5-day weeks, 3 p.m., that's it. Anything that's not done, you can't do anymore. So this is how we are going through our expectations on where we're posting things, what to do when you get stuck, and how we're grading. Just like you, we are learning this process too. It's not going to be perfect. We ask that if you are confused or stuck, you email specific things like Ms. Betty said. If we start getting a bunch of questions or something's not working right, we'll fix it. And we plan on every Monday posting a video like this that might say, hey, we tried this, we didn't like it, we're going to switch things up. Or, hey, we noticed a lot of you have questions on this, here's how you do it. So keep an eye out for these Monday morning posted videos as well to help us through some common things. We all miss you so much, and we hope that we are back in May as soon as possible. Ooh, I just got goosebumps saying that. So, bye for now.
Bye, 6th graders.
Bye, scientists.